Welcome back to the channel, where together we make sense of pop culture and current event stories. If you haven't discovered Julie Mango, stop what you're doing right now. Research her on any platform, and I guarantee you'll be thanking me later. Seriously, your day just got a whole lot funnier. Now, for those of us that already follow Julie, you know she's no stranger to sharing the highs and sometimes the lows. Recently, she posted a video that had everyone worried. A raw, honest outpouring about the struggles she was having. She's had some challenging times. She bravely battles borderline personality disorder, a complex mental disorder characterized by unstable moods, behavior, and relationships. It's a tough fight, and she's always been open about it. Now, Julie removed that video. But, you know, social media, the internet never forgets. So here's a bit of what was shared, and more importantly, stick around, because we're going to discuss Julie's powerful response. To summarize, the post started off by saying, "If only I were brave enough." She discusses the challenges she had and the family members she misses, and she wants to go where it makes sense, even if that means not being here anymore. And here's what Julie had to say.
Welcome to mental health class. It's a subject topic. So this is a special edition of my mental health videos because almost 3 weeks ago, I made some posts on my Instagram stories expressing how I was feeling, and it left a lot of people worried. But before I go into what happened, I want to point out how I was able to employ what I would refer to as mental health crisis first aid procedure. A few hours after, when I realized the weight of what just happened, on top of my distress, I started to panic. And so I called Joel. Now, based on how I imitate Joel's voice, you probably can pick up which Joel I'm talking about. Joel, I made some posts on Instagram a while ago. You see them? Joel say, "Yeah, me see them." Me say, "You see it?" Him say, "Yeah, man. Me see them." So me say, "You don't think me need to do a video addressing it or something like me have to?" Joel say, "Put out which video?" "No, girl. That not important. You need to get some help." So me say, "Get help?" Joel say, "Julie, me not ask you, girl. Right now, you need to put on your phone and get some help. Girl, I got you. Go get some help." That unperturbed voice amidst the bedlam of voices in my head was very helpful, and so I was able to go silent. My cousin came and spent a few days with me so that I wasn't by myself, and I got the immediate and critical help that I needed. I took a few weeks to stabilize, and as so comes now, I'm able to resurface. In terms of what happened on Sunday, I was experiencing the crescendo of acute, chronic, and debilitating emotional pain from an incessant broken spirit and a broken heart. Remember, I did a video some time ago showing that healing, even though the trend line is upward, the actual journey is up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, a grong, up, down, up, until eventually you start climbing, continue on your healing journey. What had happened on Sunday was one of the dongagrong moments. I was crying, and it's a type of cry where there's no sound, and the type of tears that burn your skin, that flows like a leaking pipe. No facial expression, no effort. Wanting to go and be with my uncle, wanting to go and be with my mom, wanting to go and be with my grandfather Nehemiah, who's been deceased over 20 years now. I didn't harm myself or anything like that. What I was going through was much more than that. I wanted God to take me home. So I put down my phone, laid down on my back, clasped my hands, looked up at the ceiling, and prayed for God to do his thing. I may wait. Then my phone ring. Nora calling me. Now Nora is on Instagram, so she has no idea what was happening. And she's Latina, so she say, "Come have breakfast with me." I'm like, I don't feel it. "Come with me, I'm coming for you." And by some miracle, I dragged myself out of the bed, got dressed, and got to get some food. Now when I'm looking back at that specific portion of the situation, I realize how akin it is to something that Elijah did in 1 Kings 19 verse 4. He sat down under a solitary broom tree and prayed that he might die. "I have had enough, Lord. Take my life, because I am no better than my ancestors who have died." Then he lay down and slept. But as he was sleeping, one angel touched him and tell him something. The angel said, "Get up and eat, because you need food to nourish your body." After having breakfast with Nora now, I went to the Missouri River to just sit down. When I look at my phone, I get a notification from Instagram saying that someone thinks that you are in trouble. So I deleted the stories, and in 6 hours, my stories got 34,000 views. I got email, DM, text message, phone call, reposting. By the time I saw all of that, it was too late. It was all over. All some ex-boyfriend when me did black call me. I said, "Oh, don't get my number, let me lose my touch." So I said to myself, what have I done? I felt shame, So then I try to comfort myself and I say, all right then, Julie, you know that bad. But then when me go back, go look upon what me post, I say, yeah, Julie, it bad. Julie, your street and lane and highway, the thing, you know. You're not even say make your whole back piece of your mind. You open up your full chest. Julie sees stone and says, stone, I shall turn you. So that's when I call Joel. And of course, Joel say, answer back for a little bit. Several things were happening in my life that I'm still processing. But in summary, I lost my favorite uncle last year, Uncle Talbot. He inspires a lot of my male characters. So when this colossal person that you used to see as a child, who represented a symbol of safety and love. You know the part in the National Pledge that says, with the strength and vigor of my body. My uncle epitomized strength and vigor. And so to see that person reduced to dust, it destabilized my meds. And then no, within 2 months after that, my mom passed. And the celebration of her life was one day before my birthday. Right now, I am still not able to put into exact words. Sometimes grief is more powerful in silence. So in addition to this compounded grief, I kept pushing through. But it's like everything did I go wrong. And then because of so much little things, everything was just triggering. I kept working at the speed of light, hit after hit after hit after hit. I kept fighting until eventually in a peculiar juxtaposition, my cup was full, yet I was so empty. Now I want us to look at the BPD factor, the borderline personality disorder factor. BPD is to pain the way a microphone is to sound. It amplifies it. So when a regular reaction to something is, whoa, someone with borderline personality disorder might react, whoa, 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 whoa. There are 9 clinically recognized symptoms of borderline personality disorder. I would have conquered 3 of them in terms of fixing my self-image, learning to love myself, learning to abstain from impulsive and reckless behaviors. But what did I peep out right here, so? I mean, nobody pay attention? Was my emotional dysregulation. One of the attributes of borderline personality disorder is emotional dysregulation. Now, this is not the same thing as saying someone is very emotional. It's a dysregulation, it's a disorder. So yes, while I was employing proper coping mechanisms, reframing my thoughts, for when I had those big, powerful emotions, if left unchecked or untreated, those big, powerful emotions can even cause you to go back to square one. So, thankfully, this incident gave rise to a few breakthroughs for me, and I want to share them. Biblically speaking, I realized that I am a lot more like the psalmist David than I would like. Sometimes you express utter disillusionment towards God, and then the next day you're having utter praise. 1 minute David is saying, how long will you turn your face away from me? Forever. And then the next minute he is like,
my heart rejoices in your salvation.
Medically, there is room for me to unlock the next level of clinical healing. Where I am on my journey, I have come so far, and I am so glad that I can recognize and be fully aware of the next level that I need. If this had happened to me 2 years ago, hey! I found a new therapist here. Tell the truth, me kind of excited to see which party so take me. He will be employing new procedures in addition to dialectic behavioral therapy that I've done before. Now he's going to introduce me to EMDR. I am going to be relying on the professional to help me through that, so I'll keep you abreast. Now when me that think, oh, me gonna come back and face the crowd now because of everything that happened and to put out a video. My friend called me and she said, Gillette, no, but I said not much, just say, yeah, get the help all you need and that's it. Some people were saying, you know, don't address it. Just let it slide. I said to myself, say, no, me walk up and down and go up on stage and I say, let us break the stigma associated with mental health, mental illness. Let us move forward and ting. And me go up on wall up stage and do so. And see so. Oh, it all look for this atma. And then me come in front of one and say, hey guys, all is well. I'm getting the help that I need. Thank you for your concerns. You know, would look at me and say, I hear that she take with her. And then I would be so insincere and disingenuous, just come and not address it. So I decided to address it. And then the other thing too is that if I had made a post about something diabetic or something involving any other physical ailment, the chances of person saying, shoo, keep it down, would have been far reduced. I decided to address it. Now, I need to say thanks. The support I received immediately blew me away. I never would have expected that in a million years. I was so humbled. I tell you the truth, me not lie you. The outpouring of love and support and grace and understanding, it was so good, so apt that the immediacy of the support matched the immediacy of the crisis and affected the immediate outcome of the situation. I didn't even realize I was crying for help. My inbox turned into a prayer revolution. Different blogger accounts reposted asking for prayer, raising up prayer armies. I got emails, testimonials, DMs from both women and men And I want to take this opportunity to say, in the same way that I was supported, if someone in your community or near you or in your family or in your friendship circle needs help in a time of crisis, offer that support. It works wonders. I want to thank my family, especially my dad. When I returned daddy's call, I said, hey dad, a little thing happened. Because he don't really know how to handle this thing. So daddy said, my darling daughter, did you talk to Jesus? I want to thank my cousin that came here and spent a few days with me so that I was not by myself. I want to thank my close friends who have been on this journey with me for decades. Special mention of my friend Nadine Tarawali. Friends who can testify and bear witness to how much I've grown. The fellow content creators that reached out, really, really appreciate it. And I want to make special mention of Certified Samson, Kareem Boyatings, Janina Kruger, Dale Elliott Jr. I can't mention everybody because inside the video get long. I would like to send greeting. A joke. It's too soon for crack joke. You traumatize the people, them, Julie. No, true, no. Yeah. The bloggers who reposted asking for prayers, I thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And last but not least, all my followers. The ones who share, the ones who comment, the ones who DM, the ones who emailed, the ones who were praying, even the ones who were quietly showing their support. I thank you so much. So guys, this is another chapter. We're moving onward and forward. Forward ever, backward never. And as always, I hope that this helped somebody. I love you guys. Mwah.
Now, the cause of borderline personality disorder isn't well understood, making diagnosis primarily based on symptoms. These can include intense emotion, overwhelming feelings of worthlessness, deep insecurities, impulsivity that can lead to risky behaviors, and impaired social relationships. Treatments involve talk therapy and, in some cases, medication. For severe symptoms, hospitalization may be needed. As Julie always advocates, the message is clear. Break the stigma, don't be ashamed, and seek help. Her bravery in sharing her journey is an inspiration. Do you guys follow Julie Mango? Let us know in the comments.